Well guys, Mudman 1959 back here with you again, working on the 1926 Model T. Not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. Valves are all working and the cylinders got a little bit of marking in them, but it does turn freely now. We got her rotating over and everything going up and down. That's PB Blaster you see sitting in there, just to keep things from re-rusting. Didn't find any cracks in the head. Didn't find any cracks on the case here at all. I think it was just a problem they didn't put the gasket in correctly and didn't torque the head correctly. Have identified the alternator. It is a 6-volt system still. Pulled a couple bulbs and then I found a tag on the back of the alternator that is giving me 6 volt. And then we move inside. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not, but I've got a band right there that looks like it's broken. The adjustments are almost all the way up. This one's been modified through the case with an external low speed band adjuster, which is different. I've never seen that before. I don't know if that's factory or what, because usually you had to open them up to get into the case to change or to adjust the band. This one's got an external. But I'm looking at some of the adjustments in here. The back one's not so bad. That one's up quite a bit. And then this one here for your forward gear is way up. I mean, it's way more than it should be. That spring should be about 3 or 4 inches long. There's band material laying in here. Looks like it's going to be a band job. So the hog's head's going to have to come off. When I drain the oil out of the engine, open the top oil check valve and got water. That's where all the water went from the radiator down through past the pistons in the head there and down into the case. I was kind of fearing this is what I was going to see. Anyways, drained the oil out of it. Oil came out blacker and black once it got rid of all the water. I think what we're going to do is we're going to take a couple gallons of diesel, close everything back up, take a couple gallons of diesel and put it in there and just kind of work the motor with the crank and kind of clean some of this stuff out. Got a lot of what I can see down in there. Looks like some sludge and there's still some water residue. Try to get the inside cleaned up a little bit, but yeah, the hog's head's definitely going to have to come off. Because the car has an alternator, it no longer has a magneto. I don't see one up in there. That's been deleted. It's got the external oil line that comes from the flywheel area, goes all the way up to the front bearings. Back here in the back, they took out the grease cups and put in Zerk fittings for the drive shaft. They also did that in a couple other places. No more grease cups on this one. Does have brake lights. This bracket comes across the center of the transmission cover here. Oh, which brings to another thing. When I took the transmission cover off, should be a magnet in there. And that screen shouldn't look like that. So I would say somebody hasn't serviced this car in quite a while. So we got our work cut out for us. Hopefully the bearings, I got to get once we get it rinsed out, I want to get the inspection pan off and get up in there and pull the front rod cap, see what we got going there with the Babbitt bearing, and pull the center cap and see how we're looking there. But if this is any indication on how she was maintained, yeah, not good. I mean, the holes are still open for where it went down over the bands, but the actual filter strainer area, pretty bad. That's caked in there, and there is no magnet to catch anything. So I'm beginning to think we might be looking at a rebuild on this thing, complete rebuild. Anyways, this is Mudman 1959 signing off from Galesburg, Michigan, working on the old Model T. See you guys.